Craigmillar Castle is a ruined medieval castle in Edinburgh. It is 3 miles (4.8 kilometers) southeast of the city centre, on a low hill to the south of the modern suburb of Craigmillar. The Preston family of Craigmillar, the local feudal barons, began building the castle in the late 14th century, and building works continued through the 15th and 16th centuries. In 1660, the castle was sold to Sir John Gilmour, Lord President of the Court of Session, who breathed new life into the aging castle. The Gilmours left Craigmillar in the 18th century for a more modern residence, nearby Inch House, and the castle fell into ruin. It is now in the care of Historic Environment Scotland as a scheduled monument, and is open to the public. Craigmillar Castle is best known for its association with Mary, Queen of Scots. Following an illness after the birth of her son, the future James VI, Mary arrived at Craigmillar on the 20th of November 1566 to convalesce. Before she left on the 7th of December 1566, a pact known as the Craigmillar Bond was made, with or without her knowledge, to dispose of her husband Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley. A walled-up skeleton was found in one of the vaults in 1813. The castle featured in the BBC production of Ivanhoe. Mary, Queen of Scots, once planted a tree in the vicinity of the castle which, sadly, had to be cut down some 20 years ago. There is, however, a big tree growing in the inner courtyard of the castle. Queen Mary stayed at Craigmillar twice, in September 1563 and from the 20th of November to the 7th of December 1566. She is traditionally said to have slept in the small former kitchen within the Tower House, although it is more likely that she occupied larger accommodation in the relatively new East Range. The outer walls, dating from the early mid-16th century, are smaller and less formidable than the inner walls, but they enclose a much larger area. A round tower at the northeast corner has gun holes and a dugcot, or pigeon house, upstairs. The family chapel was built around 1520, and dedicated to St. Thomas Becket. It is now a roofless burial aisle, still used by the Gilmour family. Gardens occupied the east and west parts of the courtyard, with the western terrace overlooked by the large windows of the West Range. The barn at the northwest of the courtyard was converted into a Presbyterian church, for the village of Liberton, in 1687. South of the castle were informal gardens and orchards, with the bases of 16th century viewing towers remaining at the corners of this dry stone-walled enclosure. James III was not a popular monarch, and his attempts at closer relationships with the neighbouring country of England during his reign were met with hostility within Scotland. Craigmillar Castle was the scene of a siege by English forces during the time known as the Rough Wooing, 1543 to 1550. This was part of a conflict between Scotland and England as Henry VIII of England attempted to force the marriage of his son Edward and the infant Mary, Queen of Scots. This attempt to force a marriage failed. However, the castle was burnt by English forces before they retreated but was subsequently rebuilt. I am grateful for everyone who has taken the time out of their busy lives to watch a film Craigmillar Castle. I invite you to explore the stunning architecture and dramatic landscapes that give Scotland its unique spirit.